Welcome everyone to the Everything Show, episode 141. I am Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Danette. What's up, Danette?
Hello.
Mike D.
Hello, everyone, and I love Matt Edwards. I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Monk.
Hello.
Beefhead.
Peace.
And Tim. What's up?
How you doing?
Okay, so pretty interesting 48 hours, I guess, huh? Everybody got everything out in the open. Everybody's friends again. I think it's pretty cool. Don't you think?
We never were not friends.
That's right.
We never.
I have to say, Sir Beefhead, excellent hosting job for the Everything.
Oh, you've been knighted.
139.
Been knighted.
Excellent hosting job. We will host again.
Why, thank you, sir.
And for all those who didn't like the Everything Show, the 139, God bless you.
Actually, no. Let me speak for them. To the ones who didn't like episode 139, fuck you.
That's the last one of the night. That's the last one of the night. Okay, no,
we'll let that one slide.
Matt Edwards is currently watching the draft.
He is indeed. He's very taken with that.
And I don't know, I think Michael Shannon's working.
I believe he was on his initial day today, so he may be a bit knackered.
Training day.
Yes. You know, this whole thing for the past 2 days reminds me, I don't know why it's like deja vu. Like, something like this has happened before. You know? Sort of like, you know, people attacking and then vanishing, and it just reminds me of something familiar last year. But anyway, I gotta say, you know what? I read some comments too about the podcast, the Matt Edwards podcast, and I don't know how people could watch it for 5 minutes and make an opinion of it. Now, I respect everybody's comments and opinions, but you really need to, before you judge something, you really need to look at it in a complete fashion.
I'd agree with that.
I really do. I am not a fan of people who judge a book by its cover, and believe me when I tell you, people have judged me. Okay, a lot.
By the way,
especially
your new covers look awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I worked very, very hard on this one, and I am actually pretty sad that it's basically over almost. I mean, it was like the fastest this team has ever worked on my book, and believe it or not, it may be out in a week or less.
My goodness.
If I get the cover tomorrow and I approve it, it will be out tomorrow.
Wow.
So that is really fast.
Coming to a bookstore and Amazon very soon.
Very soon. And I just got to say that doing the Sorrow Separation series, it was like a transition, okay? You tell a story on how you go through the worst things in life, and you slowly come out of it. And then I decided, hey, you know what? My second book, Tomorrow's Song, was completely the opposite of Sorrow. It was like 10 years later, and it basically showed the better things on your horizon. It was basically a glimmer of what it could be. Now, I always felt that I really wanted to somehow, I wish I could have went back in time and made it bigger. And it was just during this, I think it was during it was a couple years ago, but I was just relaxing, and it just popped into my head, you know what? I can go back and I can make it bigger, because I basically could spin it off in its own thing, in its own series, what it was always meant to be. And Promised Dream, the cover, is basically what I envisioned Tomorrow's Song to be as a series. A positive, new direction. You come out of depression, and you have a new life, and you have a new love. And everything is completely different. You are knocked off your keister because after so many years of suffering, finally everything is going your way, and you just don't know how to handle it. And it's just the greatest times of your life, and it's focusing on, wow, look at this time period in this character's life. He went through all of this, and now it's like you're rooting for this character, the Man of Nothing, and finally he gets what he deserves. But of course, just like reality,
there are bumps in the road.
There are a lot of bumps in the road, and there are villains. And the villains of the book, the Shadow, is a big problem. And of course, Slayer, which you'll be seeing in this book. But and there's others. There's others. And when you are happy in life, you are so blind sometimes to all the evil forces in the background. Okay, and what I really wanted to capture in the cover was that this couple is so friggin' happy. They have no idea what's on this side of them, that side of them, because they're so happy. They think their love is enough. They don't care. Okay, and that's the thing about life. You have to watch out regardless, and you cannot let your guard down for 1 minute, no matter how happy you are, because there are strangers in the background that are haters and looking to take what you have and destroy it. And they could not even probably know who you are, but just viewing you. So in this case, that's not the case. The Shadow character has a deep, deep grudge for the Man of Nothing and has really been manipulating his life for a long, long time without him knowing. In fact, the Man of Nothing never even met him, or at least he don't think he did. So it's a great book. It's a motivational piece. It's like a national anthem to really springboard you to get up off your butt and wake up in the morning and say, I am tired of being average. I am tired of living in a regular routine. And I am going to go out there, because every day is a new day. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to achieve everything I want to. Because what does it take? What would it hurt to try? Just try. Go out there, take a risk, and do what you want to do. Become what you want to do. If you fall, you get back up and you go again. Okay, and that's what I really wanted to capture. I wanted to capture waking people up, that you don't have to let this depression thing consume you and chain you and bring you down. Every day is a new opportunity. While you still breathe, you can achieve, and that's what I say in the books. So, you know, you will see that this character has went through hell and back and hell and back, and he continuously has people going after him, and he still triumphs. Okay, of course, things don't go his way. Relationships end. He loses everything now and again, but he keeps going on. And that's just like life. You have to keep going. You have to keep going regardless of what is thrown at you. You have to keep going regardless of what the diagnosis is. And the Sorrow Separation series, when people look at it, it's not just about one thing. Okay, it's about loss of, you know, someone you love. It's about your health failing you. It's about basically, in the end, losing your faith. And how this man, the last act was him losing his faith, and he was almost killed. And in that brief split second, you know, he believed, oh my God, like, how can I not believe in God? How can I screw up my life? Now it's over. And I can never live to fight the evil. I can never live to accomplish my dreams, because it's too late. And then you open your eyes, and then it's not too late. It's divine intervention. And it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call that your faith is renewed, that God is there, and, you know, he is there for everybody. Everybody is equal. Anytime he's there, always. And whether you believe in God or not, it's a thing that there is a feeling, even if you don't believe in God, there's an overwhelming sense that you get sometimes of good, and then you get a sense of evil. You get a sense of a presence, of a darkness, or whatever. So you can't explain that, you know what? People try to explain all the time whether God exists or not. I, for one, believe in God. Some people may not, but you do sense things in life. You do sense the evil, the good, different things. So I just try to help in my books people to motivate them to improve their life, to evolve. And I hope, if they can get anything from these books, it is to rise and keep going. And even if you go higher and higher and higher. And that's it, because life is an evolution from when you're born to when you die. Okay? When you're at a certain point, you should be evolved through different decades of your life. That's it.
And if you can carry away a great message from a book and something that affects you and something that affects you in your everyday life and you can pass it on to other people, then why not? That's a great thing to have.
Yeah. Well, and even more so, forget about a God. People should have faith in themselves.
Right. Well, that's exactly it.
They need to have belief in themselves to get themselves out of a lot of issues.
But that's it too, because you have to look at yourself in a different way. That who's depending on you? Who do you love that needs you? That you would be letting down and affecting their lives. It's like a ripple in the pond.
Well, you can't love others without loving yourself.
Correct. Correct. So.
Well, great news. Happy days.
I am
awesome cover.
You should be very proud of yourself. Good job.
I am. I don't have no ego, but
there's nothing wrong with being proud of what you've accomplished.
Yeah.
No, you could see how happy I am in my face.
Well, I see the joy
about this.
So that's a massive thing.
The passion. I am very happy about it. I'm very sad that it's almost over. It was so fast. But
you seem invigorated and sort of driven.
Well, here's the thing. I made a decision.
Pick you up, man.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to option the movies, and then they're going to pressure you to write a whole other series. You're going to be right back in the thick of it again.
Well,
as long as there's a part rent for me, I'll be happy.
Here comes the special announcement.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. The Tomorrow Song series always has to, at some point in time, end. Not really that great for the character, but it needs to happen just like in life to springboard him to other things. Okay, like we learn things in life. So, but I am so overjoyed with this series, and every time I want to end it, I don't. So I made a decision yesterday, and I actually wrote a whole outline. The series will not end with the next book, book 4. It will not end till book 6, and I have already planned out the titles, the covers, and it is my goal that by the 5th anniversary of the first book, Sorrow Separation, I'm going to attempt, and honestly, if the books are not beautifully done in quality, I'm not going to do it for quantity, but my attempt is to have, by 5 years, to say that I have released 20 books.
Wowza.
Wow.
You're not spreading yourself too far in between, right? Okay.
No. The manuscripts are basically mostly done and just have to be tweaked, sitting in my laptop. And don't forget that since Hurricane Sandy, I have not put a book out. So I did a lot of writing, and they are basically sitting in here. So it all depends on this, but of course, bills come first and different things, but if I'm motivated enough, I will conquer everything. And I will pay everything, and then when everything's paid, the next book comes out. So that's basically it.
Stay focused.
I am focused. I am going to... I basically released 10 books in 2 years and like 6 days.
Oh.
Okay? I just friggin' missed 10 books in 2 years mark, and I was really upset about that. But
it is nothing. It's the same thing.
Huh? No,
so 6 days nothing. It's the same thing.
Not according to world records, but not according to world records, but
Well, when they get around to the casting of the movie, Matt Smith.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of crying and a lot of.
And Beefhead, of course.
Yes.
Hey, those two would be great. I'd pay to go see that.
Oh, I would definitely have everybody cameo in that movie. Everybody.
Do I get to be the? I get to be the villain? Come on.
Even if we're just walking down the street, actually.
You can be the convict.
Exactly.
You know what?
I'll play Doctor Who Bob.
Yeah. The guy who won't come on our podcast.
I do think that you should be marketed a little bit more. Like, I don't know how this thing works, but I mean, it seems like your book should be in more shops and more sold to more people. And audiobooks would be really good. Well, we need volunteers. We can all do it for you.
The problem is with audios.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it. And
that's what I don't understand. That it seems like a no-brainer. That I mean, there has to be a good market for the material, but like it just seems to me like your stuff should be out there more.
I don't understand. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand the hatred towards like some people hate hatred towards the books. If like I make money from the books, everybody makes money.
Hey,
like, you know what I'm saying? So like I don't.
Listen, dude, you got haters. It means you're doing something right.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Why,
so.
Very much so, actually.
Do some people not like your books?
Some people have done things crazy. Yeah, I actually learned too that I had like an agent with the books, and he always told me, and he was always like fighting with me, and he'd be like, "Do not acknowledge everybody. Don't put them in the acknowledgement page." He's like, when you read Stephen King's book, you see him name somebody by their first name or somebody, right? Never saying their last name. And I was the type of guy, I'm like, oh, I love everybody. I freaking put in places that I ate in the damn books. Like, I was just like, everybody's awesome and everything. And then I learned, to my shame, that when life changes, like for people, like when I was doing a book, people that I knew for years had turned on me. And they did not, they wanted me in a lower class. Like, they did not accept it. They were pissed off. They would tell me, well, why is my name on the bottom? I'm like, what? Yeah, are you kidding me? And if it wasn't for me, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, so it's just crazy.
You got to remember, never underestimate people's ability to disappoint you. That's part of life. That stuff comes up. Sometimes you have friends that come and go, and
right.
In your line of work with being an author, I'm sure you have a lot of people who are envious of your success with your writing and your fortitude with what you're doing. I wouldn't be surprised that there will be more people come out of the woodwork that people are envious. That's just jealousy. It's human nature.
You know what? One of my like a really low point was that when I was doing Sorrow Separation, like I had worked in the mall by me for so many years, like over a decade, and I really wanted the books to help people. I felt that too with my emotions, if someone similar is going through it, that maybe it could help them change their direction. Because I would want a book that would be around to help me if I needed it.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
And the sad thing was that I was writing this book, and then, it's like you're writing the book, it's done, you're going to get it published, you're going through that thing, then you're questioning yourself, should I release it, should I not release it, should I do this? Because my sci-fi book was always supposed to be my first book. But things happen in life. And then I found out that this kid that I seen in the store had killed himself because his girlfriend broke up with him, and he got the scholarships and everything. And I didn't really know him, but my friend that was his manager, I was a good friend with her, she told me about it, and it broke my heart because I said to myself, like, I cursed myself out. I was like, you son of a, if only you could have gotten that book out and this kid would have read it, maybe this would have changed his opinion. And then I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? These books are meant to be out. I don't care if they make money or not. If it changes a direction in a kid, to show that there's another option. If it changes their way of thinking in any which way, to show them that suicide is not the answer, or to be depressed or anything, then it's worth it to me. It makes me rich in my heart. And it was even more motivation than ever to just keep going. And I never thought of the one book as, I mean, I wanted it to be a series, but I started putting subconsciously, I guess, the book titles in the first book. And while I was working with the publisher on the first book, before the first book was published, 2 more books were completed before the first book was released on May 5th, 2010. And it was like I couldn't stop writing. I was writing like crazy. And then it was funny. I had a different job. I was in the city. I had my first book out. And my happiness affected Tomorrow's Song, where I really scrapped the whole entire manuscript while they had it, because I wanted it to be the opposite of showing the sadness into the happiness. I wanted it to be happy. I wanted it to be a national anthem. I wanted it to be motivational. And that new relationship basically shaped Tomorrow's Song. And, you know, that was brief, but it just showed me too, myself, that there is somebody else for me. This was like, the relationship was short, but it woke me up that there is somebody else out there. Like, after all these years of being single, there's somebody else out there. So everything affects my mood, and Winds of Change became a book about everything. I had written about cancer in the book because that is something that is like my first sense of sorrow when I was a child. And many family members, which you'll see that in another book, but many family members of mine had cancer, and it was basically, my friend had came to me who had my other 2 books, and she said to me, I need you to do me a favor. You know, my mom is dying of cancer, and could you write about cancer in your book? And I talked to her, I says, it's funny you should say that, because that's always been in my life, that I've lost a lot of people to that. I says, but I don't know if I could write on impulse like that. So when I went home, funny thing was, I wrote 2 poems on it. And the next day I came to her, and I put it in the book. And I started writing other things of people who I've encountered in my life that going through different things, like friends of mine, like alcoholism, and just about faith and different things. And Winds of Change really became many different things. And I really loved that book a lot. And just I have all these ideas, like how I wanted each book to be, but I always envisioned, like, if it was going to be a series, that it would go 9 books, and 9 years' time was the 9th one, because I felt that that was coming full circle, the 9 years of depression, and that would end with happiness, you know. So it's just many different things in the books, but also I previewed my sci-fi book in the 6th book, and I always felt that the 6th book, I should show the other side of it, a different take and a different narrative. The evil, the villain, should have a say and a voice in the book. And that's exactly what I did. I had the character of the Shadow basically come to the forefront and be the one of the book, Shadow's Reign. And it's just a lot of different things happened, but it's been such a joy to do this. You know, it's fiction because we have different elements. We have angels. We have, in case you don't know, time travel, which you'll read about. That's the main villain's a time traveler. And it's like my sci-fi has leaked into my books, which the main villain of the sci-fi book, which I call him the Shadow character, I'm not revealing his name yet, he is the main villain of Future Factor, which is my sci-fi time travel book. But yeah, it's just, I'm very happy with Paradise's Life. Beautiful, beautiful book. I shared it on Google Plus But that is just the front cover.
Yeah. Nice.
The back cover you will like too, because the angel's in the back cover and she's dealing with a distraction. So the other nemesis of the book. So pretty cool. Everybody's sleeping now.
No. That's really cool. That what you're talking about is your muse, or your mojo, which is what makes.
Well, that's enough. The muse is actually another character in book 7.
I mean, terms, like what
I know what you said.
You write. What makes you that's your talent. That's what you do. I mean, so you bring it forward, and it's been a process where you've grown with it. So I mean, it's going to be an ever-changing thing, which is cool. I mean, so you can go in different directions and do what you want to do.
Funny thing is, different things happen in life that I go through and inspires me. And at any one time, I'm writing different books, not related to each other. Like something happened, and then I was talking to Matt Edwards. This was last year, and I think I told Beefhead, I started writing a bully book, like about bullying in schools and stuff. Remember I was telling you that, Beefhead? I think a while ago. That's still in the background too. There's like so much stuff that just writing about the hurricane.
Well, that's it. And what I like is the way that it has a positive effect on you. I think if you've got something positive, or vice versa, I suppose sometimes if you've got something negative to it, you use it as fuel and you use it to do something better with it and to turn it into a positive, regardless of what it is, and you use it as a force for good. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, at the end of the day, they're self-help books, which is awesome. And that's really cool that you're writing books that might help somebody out of their depression. So I mean, if they read your book, they might go, "Oh, wow, I see things differently now," and just get out of that hole that they're in. That's cool.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I'm trying to get I want to show everybody the cover, screen share it, and let me just get it. So hold on a second.
Do you know what you should do as a marketing tool?
What?
Get some sponsored umbrellas.
Yeah, that's a tomorrow girl right there. So you like the cover, huh?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Well,
I haven't
seen but I mean, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, wow, that's nice."
I was looking at it today, looking for the Easter eggs, though.
There's a lot of Easter eggs actually in these books, actually. But
because I know that you've usually got something secreted away on the cover.
I'll actually show you something. That's an Easter egg.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Let me just get it.
Just one, not all of them. We'll have a competition on who can find the most, but you got to buy the book first.
Yes. Actually, Destiny's Calling has the most Easter eggs on the cover. And let me just get it. And well, the thing is, when you say the cover, it's basically a wraparound, so I can't really show it from this angle, but because they're in the room actually. But tell me if you could spot anything from looking at this cover, or if you could blow it up.
Well, I know some from previous casts, so I don't want to spoil the surprises for any of you guys.
Actually,
never mind the Easter eggs. Look at the price, guys. That's a bargain.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'll say one thing. Matrix Lord 212 is on the bus, obviously. In fact, the number on the side is 212 if you have the hardcover version. So, and it says sci-fi novel coming soon. On the bus it says Sorrow Separation Series.
What's the shop sign say?
Tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. All the shop signs are the book titles. And on the other side, even the storefronts are future books. So.
And $10 if you spot Hell Hydra on there somewhere.
Yeah. Hell Hydra, yeah. I still gotta watch S.H.I.E.L.D., man. I gotta see how that end,
It has improved slightly.
It has
It's been renewed.
It's
Yes.
been renewed.
And I heard that our kids love it, so I gotta get back into it and see.
In the wake of Cap 2, it has
Captain
actually
America
improved.
saved that show's butt, I think.
Very much so.
They're doing a Captain America spin-off for the TV.
The girl, Peg Carter, right?
Peggy, well, they were talking about giving her a one shot, and which you'll probably see when the DVD comes out, unless they had other.
We were talking about the last Everything show. Captain America 3 is not moving, so it's going to be Captain America 3 versus Batman and Superman in 2016. So it's going to be a huge battle. One of them is going to survive, and one of them is not. They're going to come out the same exact day.
But like Tim said before, they will probably both survive. It's just a
No.
case of
No. There can be only one, if I can quote.
Captain
Really?
America will survive.
There can be only one, if I can
It
quote.
doesn't
a
matter.
movie.
Everybody's gonna go see both movies.
True, but
only thing-
one
yeah.
will get a sequel, and one will possibly not.
Well, isn't
But-
Captain America supposed to finish up
no,
with it?
oh no, no.
No.
They will both get sequels regardless. But the
The-
only thing I will say is that Batman does cross boundaries. You have Marvel, DC, but for some reason, you can be a Marvelite and you can still
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Batman.
Ben
You can
Affleck.
still
Yeah.
like.
So who cares?
There'll always be Batman and Superman films.
What do you
Somewhere
think, Jenna?
down the road, there'll always be Batman and Superman films.
What do you think of those movies?
I mean, you could put them together, but I mean, either way, one's going to come out, like you said, one's going to come out on top, and the other is just going to.
Because
Yeah.
you're a big fan of
'Cause
Captain America, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a personal preference, whatever you want to see.
Well, I do got to say that even though I'm biased and I love Marvel, because that's my thing, I am a huge fan of the Batman films. Now, that being said, this could destroy the Batman franchise with Ben Affleck as Batman. Now, I could be wrong. Just like when Michael Keaton was cast, I was like, oh, he's not Batman. I was wrong. But this could make or break it.
I'd agree with that. The casting
because
is a bit
they're just-
controversial.
Again, they're not thinking this through. I mean, in fact, they should back away from that date if they're that worried about it, because Marvel is already successful, and if they're going to try and go up against Captain America 3 after this big success of Captain America 2, then they should rethink their strategy and put it out later or put it out at a different time. If opening numbers are that important. On the other hand, I do think that everybody in the cast is going to see both movies, so.
The thing that's sad is the title is
Cool.
misleading
Except
because it's called Batman vs. Superman. And from what I gather of the new script, it's Justice League vs. Superman.
That's what I mean. They're trying to get that Avengers money, so they want to have that kind of success.
In fact, the ending of it leads into the Justice League movie. Because they already planned it. They said Justice League is the follow-up to Batman vs. Superman.
I'm surprised they even have a script at this stage, because it just seems like there's planning to dominate without any kind of plan involved.
I think the interesting thing as well is that they're doing the exact opposite to what Marvel are doing.
Right.
Marvel did standalone films, and you would have the after-credit scenes, which would allude to what is going to be the team-up. So basically, they're giving each one their individual sort of build-up. Whereas this one, they're going in for all guns blazing with everyone all at the same time and looking to do spin-offs. So they're doing the reverse of what Marvel are doing. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out, I think, ultimately.
What do you think, Monk?
I thought the worst movie of last year was Man of Steel. And so I could care less about Batman versus Superman. I don't want to see anything with Superman. They ruined it with Man of Steel. Worst movie of 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
What was so bad about it?
Well, it
I
wasn't
haven't
really
seen it, but I'm saying.
Superman, and it was for a lot of it. To me, I watched it in 3D. The effects were great. The story was stupid.
I heard that Christopher Nolan did not want Superman to snap Zod's neck And because they did that, they kind of lost Christopher Nolan being a huge part of anything.
Well, you had Pa Kent tell young Clark Kent, yeah, you should have let those kids die on the bus. So the
Yeah, that
agony, Superman never would kill anyone. Pa Kent told him as a kid, yeah, it's all right to let people die.
That's not cool.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with that.
The carnage in Metropolis and everything like that, basically, and the amount of people that died. And I think Tim and I spoke about it quite recently, to be honest with you, which meant, and he went back and watched the original Dick Donner Superman, is the defining thing with Superman was that for all his powers, he couldn't save his father's life.
Correct.
Whereas in the new film, he had the opportunity to.
And didn't.
Well, his father Pa Kent told him, oh, no. And also, why couldn't Superman just put his hands over Zod's eyes? He's indestructible. Even that Zod's rays would not have hurt Superman's hands.
You know, I don't know why they even eliminated kryptonite from even their weakness.
Unless they're holding this back for the next film.
I don't know.
But again, I would think that they don't even know what they're going to do with the next film. They're just trying to throw things out there.
I gotta say,
that to hear that Superman's going to be Superman. Who cares? I don't care about Superman anymore. You blew it. You ruined Superman.
And you know what? I'm totally against Gotham, honestly.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the trailer? There's a teaser for it. Gotham.
See, I'm used to like the real history. And these guys never came about until Batman came into the picture.
Yep.
In fact, if this timeline continues, he'll be 60 years old by the time he becomes Batman, which makes no sense.
Batman's parents was killed by just a thug. And the reason he became a Batman was to fight just thugs. There weren't any supervillains until later. He started fighting organized crime and thugs, and then the Joker came.
Yeah.
He wasn't Joker when Batman was 8.
Right. And I'm just not, I don't accept it. That's the whole thing. I don't accept it when they change the history so bad that it's unrecognizable.
Are they just going for the Smallville approach or something, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to fail. By 5 episodes, I say.
Did you see this when we got home?
Because people are going to be looking for them to be supervillains. And they're not going to be supervillains. They're going to be regular people walking around, and people are going to be like, what the heck is this crap? That's exactly what's going to happen. Everybody's going to be let down. Just like if you saw Enterprise, and you're like, wait, why is there a grappling hook? Where's the tractor beam? Why is all the technology like crap? Because they're thinking, that's it. You can't have, you go from seeing Star Trek with advanced technology, and then you go backwards. And it's like, people are like, oh, what's that? So.
Well, I thought the whole point of that was to be like a prequel series or something, wouldn't it?
Roddenberry never wanted that. He didn't want like racism and all that nonsense.
Yeah, he wanted the 23rd century, and all that was sorted out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes for dramatic TV viewing is like no drama.
Well, that's why they came up with the Klingons. They needed an enemy to provide drama, so they came up with the Klingons.
Yeah.
And the first Vulcan on the ship was Spock, not T'Pol.
Yep.
So, and if you watch Star Trek the Motion Picture, that ship was not even existing when they listed all the Enterprises on the screen.
That's
You
true.
want to? Yes, yeah. Thank you. So.
I'm sure Daniel could set us straight on all that.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Roddenberry is the worst thing to ever happen to Star Trek, and Roddenberry created it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he don't like Next Generation. I love Next Generation.
It's too early for him. This generation, they just want quick
judging it from the
action.
first 3 seasons,
Yeah.
not from season 3.
Best of Both Worlds was like the
Yeah.
The cliffhanger that created all cliffhangers.
And that's when the show improved from
I think that's
episode
it.
4, and he's judging it from season 1 to the end of season 2.
That's it. I think there is a certain amount of it that's looked at sort of dramatic interpretation and how people sort of like live their life now. It's all first-person shooters and everything like that. Yeah, quick fix, conflict, everything like that. And sadly, some of that's lacking in the platitudes of Next Generation.
You know,
That's where his problem is.
with all these movies coming out now, we live in a different age where back in the day we wish that they made like Back to the Future 4, 5, and 6, you know, when we were growing up.
Oh, God, yes.
And start,
Yeah.
right? And now, I listen to the news and I look at this and I'm just in shock because they make these announcements and they're like, not even knowing if the movie's going to do good. Transformers 4 is not out. This is all, by the way, in case you didn't know, there's going to be 3 more Transformers after 4.
Yeah, that's the whole point. They're
That's
going for that Twitter generation, pretty much. They're not
it's
making
like-
movies for us anymore. They're making them for those people that you know have ADD, pretty much. Just gonna be,
This
I'm on
guy-
Twitter all day, and now, guess what? We're gonna have 15 of these movies, and
But you know who started it? The guy that did X-Men. He's like, oh, by the way, there's going to be a movie after Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past wasn't even out. It was like a year ago.
You talking about Bryan Singer?
Yeah.
Well, Singer's having some legal issues right now.
I know,
If you've been
but-
keeping up, yeah.
But he announced that there's going to be X-Men Apocalypse, and then he announced a movie of X-Men after that. It's like, and then Sony answered, and they announced Spider-Man 3 and 4, and Sinister 6 and Venom, and Spider-Man 2 wasn't even out. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?
they want to build up buzz.
Disney-
That's what they want to do. They want to build up
Yeah,
buzz.
Marvel Disney didn't even announce Phase 3 yet.
I
They
think
didn't even
that
announce it yet.
we're a victim of our own. In one way, it's sort of the advancement of technology is a blessing and a curse. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because of where we are now, we can all be here talking and everything like that. But back in the day, there was no internet. There was more of a sense of wonder. There wasn't rolling news. There wasn't Google. You couldn't have all this information as a drop of the hat. And I think you lose the sort of wonder aspect and everything like that. If you look at the big films that there were when we were all younger, it was things like Gremlins, Goonies, everything like that. And it was a case of you would watch these films and think, do you know what? Oh, that could be me, or what if that happened to me, and everything like that. And we're now in more of an age of cynicism, I think, where I think a lot of the kids now have lost perhaps where the magic would be. It's sort of like, oh yeah, well yeah, there's no such thing as ghosts. Or the Goonies. I could never find a hidden pirate ship and everything like that. There's not that sense of wonder, I think.
That's
really.
why people.
We're all a bit jaded.
That's why heroes like Superman are pretty much just outdated now. That whole Boy Scout mentality, because it's like the world's just not that naive anymore. You know, people are a little bit more world weary. So some red and blue tight pantsuited like do-gooder flying
Boy
around.
Scout,
You know,
yeah.
no one gives a shit about him.
You know,
It's sad. It's sad in another way. Yeah.
The funny is the ego now, the egos. Like, they came out too, I don't know if you know this too, but Jurassic World, that's the 4th one. They announced that there's going to be 3 more Jurassic Parks after that too. Oh, just like Terminator, there's 3 with Matt Smith. How do you know that the movie they put out is not going to suck? And if it does, you're embarrassed because you just announced that the follow-ups are coming out.
That's what I've been saying for months. That it
Tim
doesn't.
said this is before. Yeah.
The best laid plans of mice and men.
But I do
Yeah.
think it has to do with the generation we're in, where they want to know what's going to happen next. It's just all about gimme, gimme, gimme. So it's like, it's just like, how cool would it be with Doctor Who if we didn't know who the next Doctor was going to be? But we have to know because they have to announce it and all that stuff.
They have to scoop each other.
Yeah.
We have Star Wars 7, 8, 9, and spin-offs. And then I heard, after a break, there is going to be 10, 11, 12, which is going to be so far in the future that it's going to be ridiculous. And it's going to be, from what I heard, don't know, just something with the sense or something. But still,
Well, that's just screwing the pooch, isn't it? I mean, there was never a plan for that.
There was a plan for conceivably for 3 more, but and
Yeah.
6 more. That's obviously Disney's spinning it out, and that's
yeah.
the next 15 years taken care of. Thank you very much.
And I even heard that in
Thank you.
15 years or 20 years, they may reboot it.
Well,
Star Wars Empire and Jedi.
That's cool because now we get something to leave our grandkids. We can leave them a note saying, "Hey kids, look forward to Star Wars Part 20. It's going to be coming down the pike."
I would
And
just
by
say,
the way, Han shot
let's
first.
watch the original 2
Yeah.
and leave it at that.
I'm saving my VHS Han shot first.
Yeah.
VHS, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my laser discs, damn it.
Yeah, no, those are cool.
Watch it on your beta player.
Start building your time capsules now, gentlemen and ladies.
Reminds me of like listening to Bill Haley and the Comets on the 8-track tapes.
Damn, how old are you?
Oh, you know what? Really?
You're like my age. You're not that
Just because I saw Sonny and Cher show on TV doesn't mean anything, all right?
old. Bill Haley in the Comets, damn.
Jesus.
Rock around the clock.
Yeah. That's a good song, actually. So,
I think Marty McFly played with him and Little Richard, right?
No,
Yeah.
but he did have a phone call from his cousin saying he's heard this sound he's looking for.
Yeah.
so. Oh, boy. Memories.
There is sad news, speaking of which.
Oh, no.
Oh man, why you gotta be a downer on this?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh wait,
I know.
Monk, before we segue away from the last thing we were talking about, and I apologize, I meant to say this to Joe. Joe revealed a spoiler the other night that was in the Million Ways to Die in the West. You want to drop that on them?
Yeah,
Speaking of what we were just talking.
it turns out that when I went to see Spider-Man, there was a different trailer to A Million Ways to Die in the West, and Seth MacFarlane's character sees lightning coming from the barn. Now, when he opens up the barn, he sees Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd, with the DeLorean, the same exact barn. He covers the DeLorean, and I'm like, holy crap, they're in Hill Valley. And he's using, I guess, parts to make the train meet. And I'm like, oh my god. It's like the greatest cameo I've ever seen.
That's funny.
Now, I was going to see this movie, but when I saw that, I'm like, even more so.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
see
see it now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody needs to go see A Million Ways to Die in the West just for that.
Well, don't you think they might have just thrown that in there because the movie might be that bad? They just want to get fans in to see it, to see the
Well,
cameo?
It would be like Meet Joe Black, that everybody went to see that movie just to see the Star Wars preview and then leave.
Yeah.
Well, I've,
Yeah,
seen,
but
I've seen the train already.
I did that, actually. I went to the movie.
if they were trying to throw somebody in for a cameo to tap into the cultural zeitgeist right now, they'd be throwing in some like Justin Bieber or Kim Kardashian or somebody like that. No one would know who Christopher Lloyd is.
Yeah.
We got to go stop them being born. Yeah.
I was just in shock.
I'd sign up for that.
What's the sad news, Monk?
Lee Marshall, the voice of Tony the Tiger, has died.
That's great.
Esophageal cancer, age 65. He's the second voice. The first voice died in 2005. 13.
So always 3 there are.
Yeah. DJ Easy Rock.
Thurl Raven Scruff was the first voice. He died in 2005.
No, I mean, stars usually die in 3s,
Yeah,
right?
you usually
That's
do it
true,
in
though.
threes.
That's true, though. Every time.
Yeah. Tony the Tiger, Bob Hoskins, and DJ Easy Rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It takes
That's the
3.
three. That's the 3.
Yeah.
That's the 3. Next
It
cycle.
takes 2 to make a thing go right.
I can't end on a sad note. We gotta have something else.
Cheers, Jimmy. You know, just really,
Yep.
yeah.
Just a downer.
Yeah.
No.
We can even say, "Oh, that's great," or something like that. And you just really just.
They're remaking Lethal Weapon. and Thor is Mel Gibson's character.
Chris Hemsworth.
And yes.
So-
Kevin
So who's
Kevin
the-
Hart. Kevin
so
Hart's gonna be Danny Glover's character or something. Ice Cube or DJ Easy Rock.
No, Morgan Freeman, he's in everything.
Will Smith's son.
That's true.
Will
Morgan
Smith's
Freeman.
son will be in it.
I'm good.
I don't know.
Morgan Freeman, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Besides that, we have this guy is joining Fantastic Four from Cards. Reg E. Cathy,
From what?
House of Cards.
Oh.
That's all right. I gotta end on another. I got a better article than that. What else? Flintstones animated movie coming out.
Well, it has to be better than
Yes.
the last live action.
That's true.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop 4 rated R.
Oh, I got to give a shout out while I'm thinking about it.
What?
We have a friend that wanted us to all say hi to him. Chameleon Tours, hello. How you doing, buddy? Come on the show.
Wait, right now? You said it?
No, he'll get the joke.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think people came on, like, commented on him. I think he had some really harsh things to say.
Chameleon Tours is a guy. I thought that was a chick.
No.
Good guy.
It is. I saw a picture. It looked like a young Indian girl.
No.
No, that's it. He popped into one of the
Oh, shit.
a couple of months ago.
Dude, you gotta watch the whole podcast.
Oh, okay.
Just
I'm
saying.
sorry. I'm sorry, Chameleon, if you're watching, man. I mean, you make for a beautiful woman, though.
Whoa.
Now we got new controversy now. No.
I'm just kidding, buddy.
So,
I've spoken to him previously, he's not that bad.
you know what? That was an interesting podcast. The Christian Center, or what do they call it? Balls to the Wall. I'm at it.
I don't think we should go down that road anymore.
We're not.
You're gonna get me in trouble again.
No, I didn't get you in trouble the first
I'm
time.
gonna have to start dropping bombs again on people. I don't want to have to go through that.
Okay, it was
Why can't
reported.
we be friends?
It was
Why
reported
can't
today
we be
that the BBC is
friends?
very happy with the way season 8 is shaping up with Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman. It was reported today that they're very happy with what they've got so far.
So we're not going to get canceled. Thank you.
Well, we know that, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, that's some good news, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice that the BBC said, oh, we
Well,
like
yeah,
it.
they're gonna toot their own horn, of course, but I just mean,
Okay.
there's nothing to
They
worry
like
about.
it once.
Maybe they're just like softening the bad news that maybe they're only gonna do 10 episodes or something. You never know.
They also liked, Colin Baker's outfit too. But all right, yeah, we need a cool article, man. We do. Anybody have anything?
James Cameron, Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. I just thought.
Yeah.
James Cameron is producing Fantastic Voyage.
Or explain to them what it is.
That's
That pretty much was the article. You read it. I mean, is that what it said?
All right, I saw it and you saw it. You want to tell them what it's about?
Yeah, it's a voyage that they're going on, and it's fantastic. it's
It's like
based on. Go ahead.
It's like basically it was the film on which Inner Space was based loosely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it
The
starred
kids
the
don't-
original starred Donald Pleasance.
The kids don't know what Inner Space was because it didn't get 5 sequels.
Yeah, and Spider-Man wasn't in it.
Okay. They shrink down, right? And they go inside the person's body in a ship.
Yeah, the original film was done I think in '66 or something. It was the mid to late '60s, and they shrink him down and go into the body to fight some sort of virus or something. Doctor Who did it in the episode The Invisible Enemy to a degree. The same sort of premise.
And then one of the guys is a villain in there, and then he gets stuck in there or something.
The original had Raquel Welch as well.
Did they go in her? Did they go in
Oh,
Raquel
she was
Welch?
one of the scientists.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, that's
You
kind
never
of.
saw the original then?
And
I did.
again, I'm talking about Gremlins reboot because it is happening. Actually, it's not going to be a reboot, possibly a sequel, because Zach Galligan's going to be in it again.
Yeah, hopefully it's a sequel.
And like we've said, please bring back Phoebe Cates.
Yes, please. All right. On that note, guys, it's been fun. Going to be available to do podcasts in the morning and the afternoon tomorrow. So whoever is up, Facebook me, Skype me, Podcast City. All right. On that note, thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.